About 100 years ago or so, there was a woman named Mary. One day she had a terrible accident and her face was scratched so badly that she bled to death. But her spirit could not rest. Bloody Mary roams the world as an evil ghost. If you stand in front of a mirror in the dark and say her name 3 times, you'll see her horribly mangled face appear. If you don't turn on the light and run away as fast as you can, she will try to scratch your face off. The story of the ghost who appears in a mirror when summoned has been told many times in countless variations. Children following the directions provided in the version they heard have been trying to contact Bloody Mary for at least 300 years now, perhaps for much longer than that. There's something about the story that makes it almost a tradition at slumber parties and summer camp, or basically anywhere a group of youngsters get together away from the watchful eyes of adults. How many different versions of the story are there? Why are there so many? Is there any way to know what the original story was? Why do some people believe they have actually seen Bloody Mary? And what is the fascination in actually trying to summon up an evil spirit? In an attempt to answer some of these questions, I have compared 100 different versions of the legend and others that seem closely related. The stories are collected personally from individuals who were raised in various parts of the United States and also from postings in internet news groups over the last few years. The news group postings were written by people of various ages from across the country and also from Great Britain. I do not think any one geographic area or age has been overrepresented except for the fact that the stories are overwhelmingly from an English-speaking background from the last 30 years or so. There was a wide variety of rituals used to summon the spirit, as well as vast differences in opinion on who she was and why she appeared. About the only constant element was that a mirror was used in the ritual, and even that was not present in all the versions. Of course, without the mirror, it becomes difficult to know if a story is related to the Bloody Mary legend or not, except in cases where the name or some other identifying element was included. Who was she? Folklorist Jan Harold Brumvin, best known for popularizing the term urban legend, titled this story, "I Believe in Mary Worth." Folklorist Janet Longlis wrote an essay about the ritual that was published in 1978 after interviewing Catholic school students about the spirit they called Mary Wales. Of the 100 versions I collected, the name Bloody Mary was by far the most prevalent, appearing about 50% of the time. Of course, Bloody Mary is more of a description than a name, so it's possible that the term could have been chanted in the ritual to summon the ghost, while believing her name to be something else. The name Bloody Mary was linked to a number of different people, including historical Bloody Mary, who was the Queen Mary Tudor of England, Mary Queen of Scots, probably due to confusion with the other queen, the Virgin Mary. In these cases, she does not generally display any menacing qualities, Mary Magdalene, a witch burned at the stake, an axe murderer, a child killer, and the crazy woman who lived down the street, among others. The methods used in summoning the face in the mirror are even more diverse than the names. This is probably because these could change more rapidly with the participant's whims or pure convenience. A friend of mine said when she was growing up she had heard that Bloody Mary would only appear on a Friday. Some people say only on a Friday the 13th. When I asked her if this was some part of the legend or why she thought this would be the case, she said it was probably just that the party she was at when she was told had been held on a Friday. Consciously or unconsciously, children can and do modify the details to best fit their situation. The two most common elements in the ritual are the mirror in a darkened room and repeating the chant a certain number of times. In about a third of the cases, the words only needed to be spoken 3 times, though 5, 10, 13, and 100 times are also very popular. Saying the words only 3 times doesn't at first glance seem like it would lend itself to much suspense, if scaring each other were one of the motivations involved. But once you've seen a group of boys throw a helpless younger child into a darkened bathroom and scream, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary!" before the child could escape, you realize that having to repeat the words any more times than that would take some of the fun out of it. Even the strongest and meanest kids can only hold the door shut for so long before the pure panic of the trapped child would be too much to handle. At the other end of the scale, chanting anything 100 times in a darkened room seems only like a sure way to put people to sleep. At least you could be certain that anyone who finished the whole thing was determined to have something, anything, happen for their troubles, even if they had to fibble a little about what they experienced. Some minor things mentioned among the components of the ritual in certain variations include splashing water on the mirror, rubbing your eyes, or holding a knife. Incidentally, if anyone is hearing this and trying to plan their next slumber party, I very highly recommend you don't have a knife anywhere near you. Usually there is a scared panic with everyone trying to escape the bathroom, and a knife could very easily lead to a tragic accident. So keep that in mind. Regardless of whether you are trying to summon her or not, Bloody Mary might just get you. So I guess that's it for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed the story, and